Hey, what's up everyone? We are back with another video on the Vanguard Restoration series here. In the last video, what did we do? We did the wood grain vinyl and we did the side art, and that came out great. So now in this video, you can see I'm just moving along. I have the wiring in partially. This is my standard, whenever I'm doing like a JAMA harness, this is usually just what I do. And you can see there's the Vanguard board there, and I just have a JAMA adapter on it. And all these wires running outside of the cabinet are for the controls and the coin door and all that stuff. I still have to sort through all that to figure out what goes where. But yeah, it's doing good, but I have the machine on actually, and it's working, which is nice. The monitor has a little bit of an issue. You can see in the top corner up there, it's got a little sag. I really don't know what to do. I have two Cortec chassis. It's a Cortec monitor, by the way, sorry. And I have two different chassis. Both of them have different issues. I rebuilt both of them. I had them both looked at. And yeah, this one's got a sag. The other one's not bright enough or something. I don't know. I really don't know what to do with either of them. So I don't know what I'm going to do with the monitor. I still have to figure that out yet. But yeah, I'm pretty excited. It's working. So I got the control panel over there. The overlay that was on it when I got the machine was in really good shape. So I'm going to leave that. The joystick was really floppy. So I ordered a new grommet for it. And I'm going to put that in. I think that's the right joystick. I don't know if Vanguard used a Monroe stick or not. I'll have to look that up. If anybody knows, just put it in the comments if they know if Vanguard normally had a Monroe stick. I kind of don't remember it having a Monroe stick, but who knows, I could be wrong. But yeah, so the control panel's ready to roll. I just got the T-molding the other day, today actually. I got the T-molding. Something I talked about in the first video. In the first video where I started talking about Vanguard, which was I think that was the What's Next video. At the end of that video, I showed this Vanguard when it was still outside and I was still sanding it and all that stuff. I think at the end of the video, I showed the groove for the T-molding. What I did for this was I packed the groove with Bondo and filled it all in because the groove was kind of blown out a little bit here and there. Also, Centuri cabinets used offset T-molding. So, the groove is not centered. The groove is off to one side. And if you put regular T-molding on it, it kind of looks like crap. So what I usually do in those cases where the groove is blown out or if it's offset T-molding, I'll fill it with Bondo and then recut the new groove centered. And then the new T-molding goes right on. It looks great. So yeah, so that's what I did. So I can't really, you can't really see here, but I'll show some, excuse me, I'll show some pictures of it, what the groove looked like after it was cut nice. But yeah, so that's where we're at. Next up is tonight I'm gonna be sorting through this. I'll probably clean up all this wiring, run all the wiring up to the front that needs to be up there, put the Molex connectors on for the control panel and the coin door, and get that all ready to go. I still have to do the vinyl on the front of the cabinet here. You can see that still doesn't have the wood grain vinyl on it. The bottom is black, that's normal, but this section here needs wood grain vinyl. I didn't have enough or the proper length of a piece to do it, so I had to order a little more. So I'm waiting for that to come in. But yeah, as soon as we get that in, I'll put that on, and I'll film the rest of the stuff that I'm working on, and hopefully this cabinet will be done in about a week or so. So yeah, I'm gonna set up the camera right now and get to work. All right, and just like that, the cabinet is done. So let's see, what did I do here? I put the coin door in, put the control panel on, got that all cleaned up, fixed the joystick. The joystick had the bad grommet, so I replaced the grommet. I cleaned the shaft. The shaft itself was really rusted, so I got that all nice and clean. We put the bezel glass in, the monitor, and the marquee on, and this cabinet is done. I'm really happy with how it turned out. So I guess I don't know. The only thing left would maybe to play a quick game. Let me see if I shut this light off here. See if I can get rid of the glare a little bit. Turn that light off there. Maybe this will clip on here, and then we could just play really quick. Point it up, just make sure everything works. Forward, fire forward, backward, up, down. Joystick works. It's good. All right. I'll skip the energy here. Just show you guys. Get the energy. Yeah. So it looks good. Well, I guess you get the gist of it there. So, yeah, we're gonna say this cabinet is done. So this video is short. Let's let's go outside real quick, and we will see what I'm working on next. It's another Centuri cab. I got a couple of them out there, and I can show you guys what we're working on next. All right. So we're outside, and we're looking at some future projects here. So. This is a Phoenix cab that I recently picked up. I picked it up about a month ago. The reason why I picked it up is because this is my original Phoenix cabinet. Now, I've had this cabinet for probably about 20 years. And I didn't notice at first till I started collecting other Centuri cabinets that this one, some of the Centuri cabinets, the monitor's up, down like that, and some of them are slanted back like that. Like Time Pilot, for instance, which is over next to me here, which I'll show in a second. That one's slanted back. A few others, like Swimmer, that one's slanted back. But Phoenix is not. Phoenix is supposed to be straight up like that. So when I got this cabinet like 20 years ago, I didn't realize that the glass was slanted back, meaning it wasn't originally a Phoenix. So it wasn't until, I don't know, a few months ago, I was just moving cabinets around. I took the back door off of this Phoenix, and now realizing, since I bought a few more Centuri cabs, then I realized that the glass, shouldn't be slanted back. It should be upright. So then I said, okay, this wasn't originally a Phoenix cabinet. It was something else. So a few months ago, I was taking the back door off it, and let's just take the back door off, which is not original back door, of course. And it happens to have the tag, the original tag, and this one was the pit. So now I'm like, geez, maybe I should, convert this to the pit. So that's why I picked up this Phoenix. This was for sale locally a few weeks ago. So I picked it up at a good price. And now I'm thinking maybe I should convert this one to what it was originally, which is the pit. Now, that brings some challenges. The marquee, I've seen, I don't think I've ever seen anybody selling an original, but I know there's a repro or two out there for the marquee. The pit has cardboard bezel. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find the original side art for it. And I don't know if I'll be able to find the control panel for it. I don't know anybody that repros the control panel overlay or the side art or the cardboard bezel. So, I have a board for the pit, but like I said, I don't have any of those pieces which you would need. Now, if I could find an overlay, a control panel overlay for the pit, I could convert the control panel to, the pit controls. That's not a big deal. But yeah, so my biggest issue with converting this to the pit would be finding a control panel and or overlay, and then the bezel, which the cardboard bezel, which isn't that important, nor is the side decals. I certainly would love to have the pit side decals and the control and the cardboard bezel, but yeah, the biggest thing is the control panel or control panel overlay, because like I said, the marquee, I can get a repro of that. So yeah, so that's what I'm debating right now. I mean, I'm definitely going to restore this to Phoenix because it's got the proper upright monitor. And then this is to be continued. If I can't find the pit stuff for it, swimmer artwork. I have a swimmer board. Swimmer artwork is all readily available. Munch Mobile artwork is all readily available. So yeah, I mean, since it's got the pit tag on it, I really would love to be able to convert it or deconvert it and make it back to, you know, the pit. What's that serial number? I can't read it. 1280. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, this is obviously a rat's nest of wires in here. This has certainly been hacked. That's a newer monitor. I think that's a K7000, I believe. I can't see the number on it. I think that's what it is. You know, switcher in there, and the board. I'm pretty sure Centuri did all the boards on that side. So, but yeah, I mean, this could all be deconverted back to the pit if I could find those things. So yeah, this is the Phoenix that I picked up over here. It's got a, what's that, a G07 monitor in it. It plays, but I mean, the board is just kind of laying in here, so it needs to be completely, what I usually do when I do these cabinets is I'll completely take everything out, pull all the wiring out, anything inside of the cabinet comes out, clean everything, clean the monitor. I just soak the wiring harness, I give it a simple green bath, and then I reinstall everything back in, vacuum out the cab, blow out the cab, clean it all out, wipe it all down, and then reinstall everything back in so it's nice and clean. That's my typical you know, process for when I get a cab that I'm cleaning up. So this one's got the original Phoenix 19 serial number. I can't read that number without my glasses. I need my glasses. I don't know, I never saw that sticker before, but whatever. So yeah, but this cabinet though, it does need some work. There's some big chunks taken out of the bottom. You know, T-molding is just nailed in, so you can see it's really blown out. So I'll probably take everything apart out of this cabinet. This bottom piece, you can see, is all gouged. This piece would most likely, it'd be easier to replace it than to rebondo that, you know. Just replace this piece of wood. It's just a small piece. The front should be wood grain, like, you know, that. So that, I can't tell, that looks like it's painted, so I could probably take the paint off of that. Yeah, you can see over here the T-molding is just coming out. But what I'll do is I'll do what I did with a lot of my others, where I pull the T-molding out, pack the groove with Bondo, sand it down nice and flat and smooth, and then recut the groove with a router, centered. You know, a lot of these, I don't know if you can see it on there, but a lot of these Centuri cabinets had offset T-molding, which you can't, I don't know if you can find, I haven't been able to find it anywhere. So most of the time, I don't know if you could see it on here, but they put regular T-molding on the offset groove, so it's sticking over a little bit on this side here, and you can see it's, you know, it's not covering all the wood on that side. That's because for some reason, after all these years, nobody makes offset T-molding. So a lot of times what people do is they'll put, what's the next number? 3/4, 13/16, I think is the next number. I'm not good at fractions. What they'll do is they'll put 13/16 T-molding on to kind of cover it over a little bit better, but then it sticks over a little bit more, and it's just, you know, it just looks crappy. I mean, you can't, I shouldn't say that. You can't really notice it unless you feel it. Then you can feel it sticking over on the side. But yeah, so I'll probably do that normal process where I Bondo the groove up and then recut it, you know, recut it center, so the normal 3/4 inch T-molding will go on it. In fact, you know what? I'll probably do that because I think on another one of my videos, I just today I saw a comment. Someone asked me for, you know, the process just to help them of what I do for that, for packing a T-molding groove and then recutting it. So maybe I'll do a video specifically on that, just to show the actual I mean, it's a simple thing. All I'm doing is, you know, just filling the groove in and letting it dry, sanding it down. But that could be a video. So I'll probably do a specific video on this Phoenix when I'm restoring this Phoenix, just for packing a groove. Here's another project that I'm working on. This one's almost done. I picked this one up, I don't know, I guess same thing, about maybe a month and a half ago. It was in good shape. Cabinet was fairly solid. I put new T-molding on it. The side art was actually in really good shape. It was in decent shape. It had a lot of scrapes and stuff like that. But I had this side art from this old game. So I took the original off and I put this new side art on. So it's really, really nice. You know, the front art too, really good. And then the side art. Like I said, the cabinet was solid, so I didn't really do much with the cabinet except clean it. So I put new T-molding on it. And I think I repainted that coin door. I don't remember. I might have went over it. No, it looks kind of dirty. Maybe I didn't go over it. I don't remember. Obviously needs a coin, a lock. But yeah, front art, side art. I'm getting the new marquee and cardboard bezel from Joe Zabo. He sells it on his site, so I'm waiting for that. And the control panel overlay I ordered from this old game a while back, so I'm waiting for that. So that's why the control panel isn't on it, because the original control panel overlay was pretty rough. It's actually, oh, you know what? I'm going to pause the video and get that control panel because it's something worth noting. All right, so this is the control panel for Time Pilot that I was talking about. So what makes this different is this metal plate right here. This is a metal plate with 4 carriage bolts holding it down with the instructions screen printed onto the metal plate. What I was told, I was talking with somebody, I can't remember the person's name, but on Club, they had mentioned that early production run Time Pilots used this control panel. Some of the older Centuri games, they had a cutout here for a joystick. Some of the games, like I think it was like Locomotion and D-Day and maybe The Pit, that one also had a joystick in the center. So when Time Pilot came out, they had a bunch of these metal control panels still laying around, so they wanted to use them. So they just put the instructions, they screen printed the instructions onto this metal plate and then slapped that on it. So if I turn this over, you can see there's the hole. It's a square hole. So I don't know if that was meant to be like a restrictor for a joystick that only went 4 ways or whatever the case was. But yeah, so that's the control panel. So here's the dilemma. Like I said before, I have an overlay coming from this old game, but I think this is too cool to tear off and get rid of this metal plate. So I really don't want to do that. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this as is and get another control panel to put the overlay on for my cabinet. So I'll either keep this or maybe I could trade it with somebody. I think it's cool, and I mean, I don't need it. I'm not going to use it. So maybe if someone out there has a Time Pilot with a control panel that they don't really care for and they want this one in its place, maybe we can just do an even trade. But yeah, so that's the control panel that I got off of my Time Pilot. And my serial number, I think, was 232. It was a low serial number. I think that's what it was. I can't remember off the top of my head. But anyway, so yeah, so that's probably going to do it for this video. the next video, I'll probably be starting that restoration on one of those Phoenix cabinets. So look for that coming soon. All right, thanks for watching.